Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, humanoids of all descriptions, welcome to the North 40. I'm Cap, this is my place. Welcome into our monthly firearms instruction video. For those of you who haven't been here before, I'm a U.S. Army combat veteran and former drill sergeant. After getting my degree, I spent 20 years working as an officer in a jail setting where, when I had enough seniority, I worked armed bid posts. So in all, I've worked at carrying a gun for a living professionally for 22 years. As always, all firearms we encounter are considered to be loaded until proven otherwise. Keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to intentionally discharge a shot. You need to know how far you legally have to be in your state from any occupied dwelling or structure not owned and occupied by you before you discharge a shot from a firearm. Know your target and what's beyond it. And because I have to assume at this point some of you have decided that you're ready to start carrying, we're going to introduce one more rule. That rule is you are obligated to everyone within range of your weapon to know its condition. So today what we're going to do is we're going to do a reloading drill. As you start looking around the internet for firearms instruction, you're going to see a lot of guys from Tier 1 and Tier 2 units who are retirees and retired police officers, all of whom have spent a considerable amount of time studying gunfighting or the statistics surrounding gunfights. One of the common threads you're going to see is you're going to be told to not shoot your firearm until it's empty if you're involved in a violent encounter. And that's good advice. The only thing is, unless you train frequently and you train in a manner that's going to induce a considerable amount of stress, you're probably going to go ahead and shoot your gun until it's empty. And as a matter of fact, you're probably going to try and fire a couple of shots when your slide's locked back. It's just a fact. You've got something brown in your shorts. It happens. And it's nothing to be embarrassed by. So we're going to do a magazine change drill. So we need a couple of magazines that are full, and we need a magazine with one round in it. And that's the magazine we're going to start off with in our gun. So I'm going to reposition the camera and we'll get started. So here I am at the 7-yard line. In my handgun, I have a 1-round magazine, and because my firearm has a manual safety, the manual safety is engaged. If you have a handgun with a manual safety, you need to train yourself to use the manual safety. There is no excuse for not engaging it when holstering. Every time it comes out of the holster, the safety should be on, and when it goes back in the holster, the safety needs to be on. On the other side of my belt, in a mag pouch, I have 2 magazines that are fully loaded. What we're going to do, we're going to defeat the garment, we're going to draw, we're going to fire 1 shot. The slide's going to lock back. I'm going to turn the gun and depress the magazine release. Simultaneously, I'm going to draw a new magazine. I'm going to insert the new magazine, fire a shot, safety on. And we're going to repeat that process. So, fire the shot, safety on. We're going to drop that full magazine into our hand and put it back on our belt. Safety is on, of course. We're going to holster with no magazine in the pistol. We're going to retrieve the empty magazine that we dropped, and we're going to insert that. So it's going to look like this. And you're, again, like I said last video, You're a student, you're new to this, there is no reason to be in a hurry or to try to show off for anybody. Don't do it. Reach over, defeat the garment, acquire your grip, draw your weapon, rotate it up, both hands, fire a shot, gonna take out the magazine, put it back on your belt. The safety is on. I'm gonna holster. So I'm not bending over with a hot gun in my hand. I'm gonna snap the retention snap here. I'm gonna get my magazine, and I'm gonna lock it back in place. And if you got to fiddle with it a little bit, you can't see it, no big deal. Give it a tug, make sure it's locked. And we're going to rinse and repeat until we get nice and smooth at that. Again, defeat the garment, draw, fire. Some of you may be wondering, gee Cap, do I even need a target for this drill? Yeah, you do. For this drill, you need live ammo. Live ammo is expensive and it can be difficult to come by. And depending on what state you live in, you may even be harassed by your state government every time you try to buy ammunition. So if you're going to get out and fire a round, make it count on a target, aim small, miss small. Let's do it again. So, one of the things you're going to hear from these guys who are retired police officers and folks who have been members of Tier 1 and Tier 2 U.S. military units is it's better to do a magazine exchange. And I've talked about the magazine exchange previously. You're going to shoot. There's going to be a lull in what's taking place. And at that point, when your firearm's not empty, you're going to exchange a partially loaded magazine for a full one. I'm going to shut the camera off. I'm going to load these up full, come back, and we're going to show you what that looks like. And we're back at the 7-yard line. So I have a fully loaded magazine in my gun in the holster with the safety on. And on the other side of my belt, I again have 2 fully loaded magazines. I'm going to engage the target. I'm going to stop shooting before the magazine is empty. I'm going to reach to my belt. I'm going to go ahead and acquire a full magazine. I'm going to pull the partial magazine out of the gun and insert the fully loaded magazine and place the partial magazine either back in my mag carrier here on my belt or in a pocket. You're going to retain that. You may need that later. So this is what it's going to look like. And while we're at it, everybody has a verbal tic. For those of you who are sitting at home watching this on your PC, take a drink every time I say so. I'm going to defeat my garment, grip my firearm, draw, present. Again, safety is on. Rinse and repeat one more time for the benefit of the camera. Defeat the firearm, draw, safety on. So what have we accomplished today? We've done 2 reloading drills. One drill in case you get in a panic and you shoot your weapon dry. The second drill, if you can keep your alert wits about you and you can have a chance to decide to put a full magazine in your weapon. It's always better to reload at your convenience as opposed to going, oh, gee whiz, my gun's empty. Better than both options. Don't get in the gunfight in the first place. If you found anything here the least bit useful or enjoyed the content, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next month for another firearms video.